Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
All right, welcome to the KVJ After the Show Podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show Podcast.
Here we go. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show Podcast. Beautiful day here in South Florida. A little chilly, but not bad.
Got a great view today.
Yeah, we do. Look at you over here sitting, just looking right out the window.
It's 55 out there.
I know.
Dang, it's still pretty cold.
Pretty crazy. Yeah, I'm surprised. Is there something new with you? Because I know, we've been here for, 6 years? And Jaber was never able to have the blinds open. You're just kind of sitting there all chill.
When I get comfortable in a situation, my anxiety will subside a bit.
Okay.
There's parts of our boss Elizabeth's office. I don't really ever go in there, and she's got big windows that overlook a lot more stuff over there. I get nervous in there, but meditation can help with some anxiety, but you got to continuously do it.
Okay.
So it's a little better.
Okay.
I can look out the window. We're good.
Impressive.
I wouldn't be very good on the balcony. I'd be nervous on the balcony.
Sure.
Let's see.
Feeling the wind. I would go out there, but we're not allowed.
Yeah, that's still locked, huh?
Being on one of those like ledges and then feeling the wind and then hearing the cars and all that, then it starts to intensify a little bit.
Yeah, they haven't unlocked that balcony. What's it been 3 or 4 years now? About halfway through our run here?
Yep, it was Halloween 4 years ago.
4. Wow, it's been locked a long time.
Yeah, it's really weird because the building he's the building manager, is that what it is?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah,
He
he's
said
in
that
charge of maintenance of the building, the management of that.
He's the one that kind of spearheaded that. He said that we were close to hitting him.
Which I think we probably were.
We weren't. I was there. We weren't. We were not close to hitting him.
I couldn't see him because I'm the one that threw the pumpkin.
Yeah, we have it on film.
You were down there.
It doesn't matter, I guess. Either way, we lost our privileges from the balcony.
We were throwing pumpkins off the balcony, and it was very fun until he ruined it.
It was a fun bit, man.
It was fun. I used to love that balcony. We used to do a couple fun things out there.
Well, that was where if I did something wrong, my punishment would be got to go on the balcony.
Go to the balcony.
Yeah,
Remember you had to turn clown for what?
I don't remember, Virginia. Why don't you tell us about it?
She clearly loved it.
Oh, she loved her act during the turn clown for what bit.
Turn clown for what? I was dressed as a clown, which he also hates clowns, antagonizing him on the balcony, which he hates balconies.
I do. I hate balconies, I hate clowns.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
I'm not a big fan of Virginia either.
Add that to the list.
I'm kidding. I love this old witch.
You've made quite some steps, though. It's very impressive.
I guess.
Pretty impressive. Let me see here. Got a couple emails came in. One from Alyssa, who is talking about the vaccine. And we had mentioned this earlier on the show. In fact, I'll see if the numbers have changed at all on the earlier KVJ Twitter poll that we'd put up. There is a former congressman that is proposing that they hold over your head a $1,500 stimulus check to have you get the COVID vaccine. So no vaccine, no money for you.
It doesn't sound politically motivated at all.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. 67% of people said, yeah, sign me up. I'd take it. And 33% are saying, no way. Wake up, people.
Sheeple.
Yeah, and the question is would you be in a situation with your job where you would have to get the vaccine to be able to come to work is the question. Now, I'd read an article we had a couple days ago, and they had talked to, I think it was about 7 or 8 different attorneys who handle workplace issues, and they all said that, yes, likely they could force you to do that. And then I saw that same story today on the local news. They were talking about that, and the attorney that they talked to on that said, yeah, likely you can, but right now, Alyssa's saying in her email, right now it is illegal for workplaces to mandate the COVID-19 vaccine, and it is recommended to get the vaccine even if you were COVID positive, since antibodies may not last long enough. So I don't know the expertise there, but she disagrees with the attorneys in those reports. It could be a fight. We'll see what happens, because I think from this seems to be about the dividing lines. I'd say about 33% of people are really against this vaccine and not going to do it. That seems to be just an impromptu. I'm like, yeah, that feels about right. But a lot of that 33% are very passionate about not getting the vaccine or not having anybody force them to get the vaccine. So you might not be dealing with it only with your job. You might be dealing with it with travel issues. There might be a lot of things that pop up in 2021 where you're like going, wow, I got to have proof of the vaccine to do that. Could happen. I don't know. I guess that's the great unknown that we're going to get into. You guys ever lived through a pandemic?
Nope.
I haven't.
Nope. This is my first, but
Yeah.
I'm getting the vaccine. My sister is getting it tomorrow.
She is, okay.
Because she's a healthcare worker.
All right. Well, if her face falls off, you know to stay away from it.
Yeah. She's getting it this week.
Okay. Because she's frontline, is that why?
Yeah, she's an ICU nurse. And so
okay.
I think healthcare workers get it first, EMTs, anybody who's responding and helping with COVID, because
Yeah.
we got to protect them
Okay.
so we can keep treating the COVID patients.
Yeah.
And then I think next becomes the elderly, which I'm praying they get to my grandma quickly before more people in your senior center get it.
Yeah, that's kind of how they're going to roll it out. They've got that all kind of lined up with the state of Florida. So, like I said during the regular show, I'll stand in the back of the line, and we'll see what happens to everybody else, and I hopefully have the antibodies that'll carry me through. But they are saying that, yes, even if you have the antibodies, it's still good to get the vaccine because it protects you even more if you have that. So, we'll see. Jaber was asking about drinking 8 glasses of water yesterday. What was on your mind?
Yes.
Engineer Keith said drinking water is blown a little bit out of proportion in the U.S.
I figured it was Engineer Keith. That's why I called it out.
Turns out you can drink water just when you're thirsty. And that's kind of what I had heard as well. So,
Well, I'm in a different mindset from a lot of people because people know about my kidney issue and they think if I don't drink all this water, I'm going to die. And that's not the case. I talked to a lot of medical people when I had my health scare. And just like Engineer Keith is saying, and you even said it yesterday, you get more water than you think throughout the day by drinking just even the bullshit that if I go on a run where I'm drinking bullshit, I'm still getting my water intake. I'm getting fat on top of it, but my kidney's not suffering.
well, you got to keep in mind there is water in food that you eat. So there's a lot of things that you consume that you are consuming water with that you don't think of.
There's water in beer.
There is.
Yeah.
Well, my boy Bigfoot, he is constantly drinking water, and I don't think he hates water like I do. So he's on my ass sometimes about, and I'm notoriously known for not drinking enough water. I don't like it. It gives me a headache. It's a to-do. I'm good in the morning, but once I leave here, it's tough for me to get on that water train. And I think I'm a little bit more obsessed about should I drink water or not? To Engineer Keith's point, it's not as big as a deal.
Yeah, like I said, it's a lot of what's piggybacking on your water is what you want to look at. I do kind of a vitamin flavored blueberry drink and get a lot of water there. You know, for me, I look at if you spend a lot of time looking at what comes out of you, you can pretty much tell what's going on inside of you.
Yeah, if your pee's all brown,
Yeah.
you gotta probably sit down with yourself and go.
Yeah, I got nice clear pee.
Well, now you're bragging. You have butthole privilege and you have piss privilege.
What comes out of me, it's pretty good. I mean,
Pretty piss?
I don't have a lot.
You have pretty piss.
My boy's got pretty piss.
I don't do a lot of things well, but when it comes to pissing and shitting, I'm great.
You're very efficient.
I'm better than most.
The only
The
person
fact that we were talking about your Olympic sport, if they had something for pissing and shitting, I would be in it.
I'll tell you who's gonna win you might win the gold. I think Denny's gonna win the bronze because he's pretty good at pooping too.
The bronze.
The Browns.
The Browns.
The bronze.
I don't know who would be our golden.
He goes 3 times a day.
He's very
that's
regular.
Different, yeah, different animal.
maybe you're the silver and he's the gold. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it better to go that many times or not?
I don't think he wants to go that many times.
Who?
Denny's.
You don't have to ask him. I don't want to put words in his mouth.
I think it's not a fun thing. It's an IBS.
No, I don't think that's now you're putting words in his butt right now. That ain't cool. You need to ask him.
I don't think it's full on IBS, but I think it's like IB light.
See what she does? She's making him guilty of the ibs, and you don't even know if he's got the ibs. He ain't got the ibs.
I think I've talked to him about this.
All right.
Okay.
Nobody wants to falsely be accused of having the ibs.
It's not your fault if you have the ibs.
I didn't say it was.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's like.
Stop trying to ib shame him.
I'm not. You are. You're the ib shamer.
If you want to check out the thing about water, he said, watch the video on Adam Ruins Everything. You can see it on Netflix or YouTube. So there you go. He said, and as a side note, I'm pretty sure Jason's bad feelings related to water are psychosomatic. Think about it. If Bird was allergic to water, he wouldn't be able to drink soda since it's mostly water. So that's Engineer Key's thoughts.
All right, Engineer Key. Let's see it working.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Seems like that guy knows a little bit about everything.
Yeah.
I think if you put the word engineer in front of your name, instant credibility. And if you're British on top of it, imagine Engineer Keith is British.
A British engineer, anything he said, I think you have to believe.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Tracy suggesting a Netflix series, We Are the Champions. It has an episode about a pepper eating competition. Kevin will love it. Other episode is chasing a cheese wheel down a steep hill where people destroy their bodies. I think I've seen that, the cheese roll.
I've heard
flipping down hills.
Very good things about whatever this show is. The name of it?
We Are the Champions?
Yes, people have been sending me emails. I think Denny's watching an episode of it, said it was really good.
I'll check it out. Put it down.
The cheese wheel one is supposed to be really, really good.
Okay.
The people that do that cheese wheel thing, they throw that cheese thing down the hill and they all run.
I've seen the news clippings on that.
In the town they live in, they're considered, king shit of Fuck Mountain. They're celebrities in their area because they do that.
Huh.
You're a big deal.
You are. Okay. Well, thank you very much. I just now put that on my list on Netflix. So going through stuff. That my list is getting real crazy long now. I got. You ever have that where you gotta watch or punt? You know, I kind of go through that where I look at stuff. And I'm like, okay, man, I got some stuff here. I got to figure out if I'm gonna watch it or not. So my daughter's like, you got to watch 60 Days In. Anybody watch that?
Yeah, come on, dog. 60 Days In, the prison show?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we watched that a long time ago.
We watched that about 60 months ago.
Sorry, I don't. Well.
Yeah, we're shaming you, Kevin.
I got the Trial of the Chicago 7. That's up there. You said watch that, Jaybird?
What was it called? Trial Bitches of the 7?
Trial of the Chicago 7.
That is very good. Yes.
Okay.
I watched another movie.
Here's the Bitches of the 7.
Oh, you're right. See, 7 keeps
Seven
again.
keeps on coming
7
in,
coming
man.
up again.
Damn.
Yeah.
7's hit me over the head this week.
It is.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I should play that in the lottery.
At 7-Eleven.
All 7s, just 6 sevens.
Yeah.
You can't pick 6 7.
I want to do it anyway. I go to this one 7-Eleven. I love it. I'm always getting my Slurpees there. But every single time, we're talking 7 out of 7, there's somebody at the front of the store and they not only ask you for money, they harass you for money.
They shake you down.
They shake you down. They stop you. They don't have a mask on and they invade your space. So you're like, I really want that Slurpee, but I also kind of don't want to get harassed.
Kind of torn.
It's a little bit of a tearing, yes.
A tearing?
A tearing of the soul.
Yeah, that is some tough stuff. So thank you very much for all the show suggestions, though. Hopefully you'll be able to open up with that. Can you believe, football season's almost over? Which is crazy to me. I know.
That
it's
is
just
crazy.
I'm very unsatisfied because it's been just kind of a weird watch.
What's going on with your Steelers?
They lost last night.
Damn.
First loss, yeah.
They were 11-0.
They were 11-0.
And guess who's happy? The Miami Dolphin old players. They do not want anybody to ever break that season.
Perfect season.
You can tell in interviews the old Dolphins player, they want nobody to break that.
Yeah, every year they celebrate. And I saw people were like, oh, they're cracking open the Metamucil. Yeah, they're celebrating.
I get it, though. If you're part of that team, that's your legacy. You don't want that shit broken.
Yeah.
You always hear all these athletes, oh, I'm very proud that they broke my record. Bullshit. You're so mad about it. You do not. Hank Aaron did not want Barry Bonds to break his home run record.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Hank Aaron didn't even show up to support him.
You're right.
Well, the whole thing, I think, is they went, was it 14-0? And so there are some people, because, Tom Brady and his Patriots, they went 16-0 before losing in the Super Bowl. So.
No, we gotta win the whole thing, Brady.
Yeah, but they technically won more games than the Miami Dolphins that perfect season. But I guess you're not perfect. I guess that's what it is. Every game you play, you got to win. So I don't know if anybody's ever going to do it. I imagine a lot of the Dolphins will probably be dead. They're starting to drop like flies like right now.
Damn.
I know. It's sad. I'll just kind of let you know. But the Dolphins are looking good. They got to win. They got a big game coming up. They play the Chiefs next, I think. So we'll see how that goes. And the Bills, your Pandas, your husband's team, Virginia, is doing great. They beat the 49ers last night.
I know.
They can't lose in a heartbreaking fashion in the playoffs.
He was very excited.
It will break your boy.
I know.
I've seen it happen before. I've seen the Bills lose a very close game, and I didn't have Panda for a good 6 months after.
Yeah.
It hurt him.
He's gone. There was a sports story that I thought was rather interesting, and talking about Netflix. They had that Last Dance documentary on there. Michael Jordan, who lives here in Palm Beach County.
For about 3 days after watching that documentary, I thought I could play basketball.
You did, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Made you want to do it?
It's inspiring.
It really is. I loved that documentary.
Uh-huh. Virginia, have you seen it?
I saw the first couple episodes when it aired, but wasn't it coming on at like 9 o'clock on a Sunday on ESPN?
It's on Netflix now.
I
You
need
watch
to go
anything
back.
live anymore?
Panda was watching it live, so
Oh,
I
he
watched
was.
it with him, but
Okay.
I fell asleep.
Okay.
She might not be the best person to talk to about this.
Yeah. Well, in it, Michael Jordan was the big star, and he was very tough on his teammates, and he would really push them hard. And in the documentary, the guy who was most valuable to Michael Jordan winning those championships was a guy named Scottie Pippen. I know, Virginia, because his ex-wife is a big reality TV star.
Larsa Pippen,
Yes.
and they're estranged right now, and she's hooking up with some other NBA player who's like 24, and she's like not in her 20s.
Yeah, Scottie's got to be in his 50s somewhere.
She's in her 40s. Scottie's got to be in his 50s.
You watch that documentary, you're kind of like, oh, Michael Jordan, what a great basketball player. He's kind of a dick.
Well, and that's kind of it, because Scottie Pippen in The Last Dance was kind of portrayed poorly. It made him made him look like he was selfish. At one point, he delayed a surgery that he needed, and Michael Jordan was kind of upset because he thought that he was, playing mind games. But here's the thing that they didn't really spend a lot of time talking about at the time while Scottie's doing this stuff. And professional athletes have to do this. They have to sometimes play little mind games to try to get the money. And Michael Jordan was making $33.1 million. Scottie Pippen's making $2.7.
Wow.
So there's a little difference in their paychecks. And
Just
so
a little.
Scottie might be doing some things in a way to try to get a little bit more money, and he might have legitimately been hurting in these situations, and he was trying to do what was right. But the documentary made it look like he was selfish. He wasn't a team player.
They kind of made him look like a crybaby pussy.
Really?
When I watched the documentary, I was kind of shocked, because I had heard other people talk about it, going, man, Pippen really didn't look that good in the documentary. And then I heard other people defending Pippen, kind of like what you're doing now.
And now they are asking Scottie Pippen about it, being like, hey, clearly you've seen The Last Dance. Now it's on Netflix, too. What do you think about it? And he said, I thought it was more about Michael Jordan trying to uplift himself and to be glorified. And they said, at the end, you really kind of saw what kind of teammate he was. And basically, he said that, I think a lot of people could see through the lines. Now, Michael Jordan's own company is the one who put together the documentary, but I think a lot of people probably at the end were like, yeah, playing with Michael Jordan, the guy was kind of a dick.
Because there are some people where you can be awesome and still not be that big of a dick. If what happened, they said in that documentary, is true, Jordan was kind of a prick to play with. I can see some people not gelling with that kind of attitude.
If one of his teammates didn't play well, he'd say he's not getting any dinner.
Oh,
Like that guy's not eating, or that guy's sitting in the plane by himself. No one talked to him because he had a bad game.
That's some bullshit. Oh, she wanted bull.
Oh,
that's Chicago bull.
Chicago bullshit. And so apparently Scottie Pippen's talked to Michael Jordan about how he was portrayed in The Last Dance, and he said, yeah, I told him I wasn't too pleased with it. He accepted it, and he said, yeah, you're right, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah, Jordan don't give a shit.
Nothing's going to change.
Yeah, it makes you look like an asshole.
That's why some people do not want any kind of documentary or tell-all book that happened with the Eagles. One of the guitar players did a tell-all book, and Don Henley did not like that because certain things got out about the Eagles. Their drug habits, back in the day, they would, and a lot of bands would do this, but they'd play a song, and then as they turned to the speaker, they'd be snorting cocaine and doing Jack Daniels. So they're on cocaine the entire show.
Yeah, when you make really bad choices and then people want to write about them, you're like, oh no.
And that's
don't.
what I think the Eagles guy talked about, how Henley had a prostitute addiction, kind of a thing. I mean, you don't want that'd be like Kevin doing a tell-all book or me doing a tell-all book talking about Virginia's vices.
I love hookers.
I mean, that'd be a chapter for Virginia, her hooker vice.
Yeah, that really, to me, is a lot of old school ways, and there's a lot of dysfunction that's been found in that. And I'm not even sure today if bands operate that way or a lot of sports teams. I mean, to some extent, maybe. But I think things have to be a lot more collaborative, and I think anymore people aren't going to put up with some of the crap that used to happen.
Not the bully type. You talk about Jordan not having somebody eat dinner. That would be a major story today if that got out. If LeBron did that to a player.
There was a lot of toxicity that used to happen in showbiz and also in sports. That today, I don't think, because you can easily expose somebody for that, and it's not tolerated. That kind of attitude and behavior is like, that's not going to fly.
Secrets aren't kept like they used to be.
Big time. Oh, I think back even me playing college baseball my freshman year, that coach was such a dick that I told you, he would hit people. He'd throw balls off of your hip and call you a pussy and scare the shit out of you. That would not fly today.
Doesn't happen anymore, and I will tell you, it seems like the coaches that are doing the best are the ones, their whole program is about love. And it's about loving your teammates, loving each other, doing things like that, talking about love being the most powerful emotion. And whether it be college, pro, I'm talking football, those seem to be the programs that are doing the best. That is the moniker that they are really riding hard now.
My dad came, he drove up one day, because I wasn't playing, but he wanted to watch me practice, and my coach, didn't give a shit who was watching. The guy hits me, and then as my dad's watching the whole thing, he's calling me a pussy, and then he's going, Penny, you got dead man hands. Damn it, you got dead man hands. You swing like a fucking dead man. This is all in front of my dad. You got wooden hands, Penny. You got wooden hands, you dumb fuck. And my dad's like, what is going on up here? I go, this is my life, Dad. Yeah. And that was for a guy who's riding the bench. I wasn't even playing.
Damn.
Yeah. That wouldn't fly.
Well, you had dead man hands. You weren't playing.
Dead man hands.
He was asking me if I was using wood.
Pump some life into those wooden mitts.
He was such a prick.
Yeah, it doesn't fly anymore.
It won't. Just wood. Even we talk about me and me swearing in front of the kids back in the day coaching. I don't know if that would fly today. I wasn't being a jerk to them, but I was swearing a lot.
Right. Yeah. Depending upon the age, probably not. And a lot of it has to do with it's so easy for anybody to make a video, and then they put that out there. And then all of a sudden, it's society gets to judge you.
One parent. It's all it would take. One parent to try to fuck you over. And then you're done. Gets on Twitter.
Yeah.
You know, Twitter's real forgiving.
You got to stand by it then. Mm-hmm. Did you see this story that is going around about the mall Santa that left the little kid in tears?
Yes, about the Nerf gun.
Yeah, the kid had asked for a Nerf gun, and Santa's like, no guns. And
PC Santa?
Yeah. No. We got woke clause now.
We don't need no woke clause. Just business as usual, Saint Nick.
Yeah, here's a little bit of the audio of it.
What do you want for Christmas? Give me something. You don't know? What? No guns. Nerf gun. No, not even a Nerf gun.
Woke Santa's not giving guns. guns.
No, if your dad wants to get it for you, that's fine, but I can't bring it to you. But what else would you like?
Uh-oh.
Lots of other toys. There's Legos, there's bicycles, there's cars and trucks.
Have you ever had a Santa negotiate with a kid about what they're going to get?
I mean, this Santa needs to know his place.
I can't tell you how annoyed I am with woke Santa Claus. I can't.
Woke Claus.
It's awful.
No guns.
If I was
don't
the
care if it's
Nerf, I mean, I'm sure Nerf has seen this by now. If I was Nerf, I would make this a PR move and just give that kid so many Nerf guns.
Stay in your lane, Santa.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
I think Mama might get involved here.
What do you think?
Now the kid's like, I don't know, I just want a damn Nerf gun.
Okay, your dad.
Here comes Mom.
He's crying.
Yeah, he starts crying because he's being grilled by Santa. All he wanted was a Nerf gun. Now he didn't know what to say.
Well, because Santa was being a Saint Dick.
Saint Nick is Saint Dick.
He's like, oh, no. The kid thought he did something wrong.
So now Mom is over here. She's got a kid in her arms, and she's got now a crying kid. And the kid's probably about maybe 5.
Okay. Everybody.
Nerf guns are so fun, by the way.
Nerf guns are fun. Yeah, nice job there, Santa. Oh, my gosh. Oh, the kid's having a meltdown. Yeah, and then the mom, I think she got involved a little bit.
And she said, we're getting him a Nerf gun anyway.
Well, that's how you don't handle that situation if you are the Santa at the mall.
And you gotta be like, oh, dude, just, you know what? Just be like, oh, okay, we'll be a good boy, and then move on.
Right.
Get the next kid.
Why
Like,
do you
what are
have
doing?
to be all involved and putting your opinion on stuff?
That's
Yeah.
so fucking annoying to listen to.
I know.
And plus, the fact the audio was just god awful.
Yeah.
There's so much annoyance with that story.
Wow. That's just crazy. Everybody got something to say.
Would you say something? Maybe it's not even about the gun, but the Cannon, when he was a little bit younger, asked Santa for something, then Santa's kind of grilling him and putting him on the stand.
Well, as a parent, here's the tough part. Like, you don't necessarily want to see Mommy and Santa having a dust up at the mall, and then that, you know, what is that going to do to the kid? Can you imagine that?
Mommy and Santa got into a fight.
Well, I can only imagine. My wife probably would, which would
and
be
she
like,
would win.
oh,
she'd whip that holly jolly ass.
she'd quickly snap him back into place.
Saint Nick would say, "Oh shit, what have I done?"
He want to get the queen twisted on him. Yeah, you don't want to handle that.
Did they say how old that kid was?
No,
he looked
but
5.
Looking at
He
him,
looked
looking
five.
at-
Yeah, I mean,
right in
He
that
looked
zone.
4 or 5.
If you're
He
4 or
was
5,
little.
you're already nervous. You're walking up because that's a big
It
deal.
is, yeah. Well, you look at A Christmas Story. Remember that kid was just going over it in his head, and he gets in front of Santa, and just like we would sometimes maybe with the big celebrity we love. I mean, there's no bigger celebrity on the planet to kids than Santa.
You're right.
And you get there and you freeze. Now imagine if Santa's like, "Oh no, that's a bad idea. I'm not bringing you any guns."
Was anybody? I'm sure on social media there were people defending the Santa, but it's a landslide, right? Of people going Saint Dick was wrong.
I think for the most part, I can't imagine. It's like just
know your place.
No,
You're not going to change the
This is
world,
not what you're
Santa.
supposed to do.
Your agenda is insignificant.
gun
Right.
control during the Saint Nick line.
yeah.
Ay, ay, ay.
Angie in Hollywood said I would be fighting Santa if he made my kid cry, and yeah, I think a lot of mamas would. If they had done that, especially if you're hearing the exchange be going, dude, it's a freaking Nerf gun.
We didn't sign up for a
I
lecture.
mean, come on, man, really?
No guns, no.
Ay, ay, ay.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's not what's ruining our society. Nerf guns. Come on, man. Come on, man. Interesting idea here that was sent in to us from Jamie. That elf on the shelf. I know some people are doing it. Some people are putting masks on their elves, as they should. And
Ours is still in quarantine. He's
okay.
not allowed to come in because he had to chill for 14 days, and
That's
that'll
not-
be up on the 14th.
I saw a pretty fun fight breakout on Facebook. Somebody did one of those elf on the shelf pictures, and those sugar. It looks like the elf on the shelf on cocaine.
yeah, they always have those.
Certain parents did not find that funny.
And those are the parents you don't hang out with at the party.
I mean, why are you so mad about that?
But I know, my wife, we were really into it there for a couple of years. And it is a lot of fun because you never know what the elf is going to do. And he does some crazy, wacky things.
Creepy as fuck.
Still not buying into it, huh?
Elf on the Shelf is one of the creepiest concepts I've ever heard for a child. Motherfucker taking notes, watching you, eyeballing you constantly. It ain't right, kid.
Reporting back to Santa.
You want a tattletale in your life?
He's a rat.
Shit that, kids.
Well, would this elf win you over if he made you some Vader taters? It says, "Hey Shay, it's me, Tricky. I made you Vader taters." It's Darth Vader like taters right there. You can see the waffle fries.
The Elf on the Shelf brought French fries.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Vader taters.
I don't trust no elf fries.
No.
No.
What is that? Where did that elf put those?
I'm not a big fan of the Elf on the Shelf. I think you guys know this.
Yeah. We got it. You ever got to post up your annual video there, the elf on the shelf?
Oh, it's time. We got to get that some airplay.
Yeah. So that's out there. One of the biggest KVJ videos of all time, right?
One hit wonder Pennington.
The biggest.
Yeah, $6 million.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make it up to 7.
It's slow.
Every year it goes up.
Last year was the first year it slowed down a little bit. It's still each year goes up a little bit, but ever since that woman said she wanted to murder me, that she's in the comment section. If you ever get a chance, the person who threatened my life is in there.
Oh, good. Let me go threaten her life real quick. We can do this all day, bitch.
Take her out with a Nerf gun.
When people argue with me on social media, go, Bird, you're really going to argue with somebody all day? Yep, I sure will. Got nothing else going on. I argue all fucking day.
This is called content for me. I'm actually working.
Yeah. It's all good for me.
What are you doing, bitch?
All day long. That's right.
Fight all day long.
All righty. Thank you for the emails. You can always send them to us, mail@kvjshow.com, mail@kvjshow.com. You guys have an amazing day. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.